Welcome to Bright Horizons with
Good morning, Deb and our one and
Jim.
only Jim Chiappi.
Deborah Colalella.
Hola, buenos dias, everybody, and
Buongiorno a tutti.
we are back. Are you shocked? Are you surprised?
Been a while.
It's been a long while, yeah. But we love it so much. You know how we always flop all over the place, but we're here for you, and gorgeous Friday, fantastic Friday morning.
Yes.
Is what it is. It's a fantastic, fantastic Friday morning. Let's keep it that way.
And we've had some birthdays while we've been away.
We most certainly have. Do you have a list of
Well, my dear sister Angela had her birthday
Angela,
in March.
happy birthday. Mwah.
And my
Happy,
beautiful
happy
niece
birthday.
Christina had a birthday. So we
And
wish them
beautiful
both
Christina, happy
birthday.
birthday. You know, April and May have a lot of upcoming birthdays. I know we're going to start off with my Anthony Avalon, our dear.
Yes.
He had his birthday April the 2nd,
And so
Anthony.
they posted, he had a big celebration,
Yes,
Anthony.
big. So happy,
Buon
happy.
compleanno.
All righty, Anthony. Nancy Sullivan, one of my dear friends who I grew up with junior high school. Today is her birthday.
Oh, happy
Mwah.
birthday, Nancy.
Love you so much, Nancy. We've been through a lot together. Happy birthday, honey. And then my brother David
Wow.
and my sister-in-law Christine have the same birthdays. April the 14th coming on up, right around the corner. Happy birthday,
Happy
David and
birthday,
Christine.
David and
Mwah. Love you
Christine.
both. And we have a special birthday. Herb, who is my sister-in-law's father, he's going to be 90 years old, April the 11th.
Wow, it's a great milestone.
I know,
Happy birthday.
right? Wonderful milestone. So happy birthday to all of you, and many, many blessings. And of course, the next time we come back, we'll have more birthdays. We're just
Yes.
going to get as much as we can right now before the middle of the month, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, right? So here we are.
And those were the days.
Those were the days.
My friend, we thought they'd never end.
We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We all know that song. So that is our topic today.
Yeah, it brings us to the roaring 20s.
Yeah, you know, I was, Joe and I were discussing how, well, we all change on a daily basis, and here it is, 2024, and I don't know why the 20s, the roaring 20s
Yes.
stuck in my mind. I must have had something in my past life to do with that, because it intrigues me to see how it was back then.
And these pearls remind me of the flapper pearls.
I
They
love
would
pearls.
swing
That's
them.
true. Yeah. Oh, smack yourself in the face, Deb. Why not? And these are not light. They're heavy. Okay, they're fun pearls, but they're heavy. But anyway. Da 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 da. What?
And those flappers wore those fringes on their outfits, remember?
Fun times, you know, and
Shimmy. They do
Jimmy
the shimmy.
should do the shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake. Shimmy,
When you
shimmy,
look
shake.
back, it was a happy time, although we didn't live through it, but it was a prosperous time.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And remember the movies that had no sound, but you just go through them really quick?
Yes.
The picture movies, right? Black and white, and it was just like the Charlie Chaplin days,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And then the Charleston was the
The
big day.
Charleston, that's
Da, da,
right.
da,
Da
da,
da
da,
da
da.
da da. Now, of course, if I did that today, I'd fall on my face. But you know, they just made it fun. And you know, digital history, many of the features of modern American history come from that era. And I think
Yeah, that's
we
when
can
motion
appreciate.
pictures were starting.
Yeah. You know, the record chart, the book club, the radio, the talking picture, and all this exciting stuff. So yeah, those were the days. We thought they'd never end. Yes, indeed.
You know, it's interesting because now the 20s that we're in
Yeah,
are
that's right, the
also a
20s that we're
time that technology is increasing. So I think when people look back, this 20-year period, the 20s period here, will also have a lot of relevance for people.
Yes, that's a good point, Jim. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were. The women in the 20s they wore short skirts. They remember the bobby pins. My mother used to wear bobby pins, but the bobbed hair, and it was just the look. It was the thing, and it was just considered acceptable behavior
Now
back
that
then.
you say that,
know.
I remember I have a picture of my mother too.
Yeah.
It was sort of a shortcut.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
Mhm.
the picture of my mother and I think her sisters. It was cute. Yeah, to see
Yeah.
them all with the
My
same hair.
mom, you know what she would do? She would, to curl her hair, she would take bobby pins and she would just roll one piece of hair and put a bobby pin and then crisscross it with another one, and her whole head was full of bobby pins.
Interesting.
And it was so funny. We'd laugh and say, "Mom,
So
you
then
look
the
funny."
whole head was
But then-
curly? She had little
yeah, so
curls
she
in
would
her
take
hair.
one strand out at a time and a bobby pin, another bobby pin, and the curl would hang down. You know,
Oh,
like,
okay.
now I do the curling iron. We all do the curling iron or
Yeah.
whatever. But it was interesting. And then she just fluffed her hair up. The whole head was just, it was great. The olden times were better, I think. Simplicity Not the curling irons, the regular bobby
Do you want to go back to bobby pins?
Yeah, why not? I don't mind.
Everybody,
I like-
for her birthday next year, we're going to get her bobby pins and bobby pins and
I
more
might
bobby
surprise
pins.
you and put bobby pins in my hair for the next show and say, hey, here we go. Or for my next live show with Bright Horizons.
But wait
yes.
a minute now. Did you say your mother put those in and she'd sleep with those now?
Yes, she would, absolutely.
Imagine having those against your head all
Could-
night. My goodness.
But it wouldn't. Her hair wouldn't be wet. It would be dry,
Right,
and she
but
would
still.
air dry it. She had such a beautiful head of hair, and
Having
then
the
she,
pins in your head.
I
all
know,
night.
right?
What women didn't do, they look beautiful, right?
Right? Yeah, at every extent, right? But yeah, but she would curl it up dry. Her hair would be dry, but it came out beautiful, and that was the fashion. You know, not just I'm talking from the 20s on, but
Right.
yeah.
Interesting.
I was thinking about the most obvious signs of change were the rise of the consumer-oriented economy.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. You would
Yeah.
be fine to talk about
Yeah.
that, Jim.
Yeah.
The revolution
Because people
in
had
morals.
more money, so they could buy more things.
Yeah.
So that's why the 20s was such a prosperous time.
1920s. And it's 2024. Wow, that's scary stuff.
Yes.
As time goes marching on.
Well, I still think back at the millennium. Remember when
Yes.
the year 2000 was going to turn?
We thought everything was going to bing, bing, shut off, and we'd be in trouble, and oh boy, we'd be in the dark. You know, thank God we weren't, but you know,
Yeah.
I never believed in that. But you know, there was enough talk about it to where it stuck in
Yes.
your mind. I
Yeah,
thought
'cause
maybe
you
they're
thought,
right,
"Uh-oh,
you know.
could happen."
I hope that doesn't happen, but yeah. Basically, you know, you go with the flow, you move on. We have to evolve, we have to onward and upward, I guess is what they say. Just got to do it. Go with the flow.
Well, when I was thinking of the title, those were the days, how sometimes we look back and we think a certain time period was wonderful in our lives, you know. And I think a lot of it with my past was family.
Yeah.
Doing things with family because our family was so close.
Absolutely.
And every weekend we would have family activities with
That's
my
so
parents.
important. And you know, yeah, we do lose some of that as we get older, and we try not to, like in our families, as we discussed, you know, we try to think about Thanksgiving, Christmas. I mean, but we shouldn't just wait for those times, the holiday time, which is unfortunate because we get busy, we work, we do what we have to do. Time gets away from us, but the quality of family time is so important, and any time that you could spend, whether it's a holiday or not. So yeah.
Well,
and,
what's nice with you is that you're so close with your brother and sisters. And,
yeah, yeah, and the same with you.
Yeah,
Same exact.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what's it all about, Alfie?
In fact, Easter.
What is it all about?
Yeah, Easter I was
honestly?
with my sister and brother-in-law Anne.
Beautiful.
And my
Anne, that's
niece
nice.
Jean Marie and
Nice. I'm
Michael
happy to
and,
hear
and,
that.
the children. So it was so nice for all of us to be it brought back
Nice.
to the memories of when I was a child.
Nice.
Being with the family.
You know, in our community, Greg and I were passing by the post office, our clubhouse, and it was adorable. They had an Easter egg hunt for all the children, and I was watching them, and they were jumping up and down. They were having the time of their lives. The parents were there, and they were by the swing set. I mean, and it just reflected back in my mind. We never did the Easter egg hunt. My mom would always have the big, beautiful baskets.
Yes.
Wrapped in cellophane with the stuffed animals and the candies and all the goodies inside. For each and every one of us, we'd wake up to that, and we'd have our Easter outfits for Sunday, going to church, the Easter bonnet and the Mary Jane shoes and all that, you know, the pink, what is it, the light yellow, the light blue, the pastel blue, and all that beautiful Easter colors. And you look at the pictures, you're like, really? I look like that? Now, don't mess up your outfit.
Did you
know?
color the eggs?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
that's another
That
thing. We
was
did
fun.
a lot
Yeah.
of coloring.
I always
Direct
remember my mother
That was, and I still love to do that. In fact, I
making the
didn't-
hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Now this year, my niece and nephews, the colors on the eggs, it was very interesting. They were able to get like a swirling
A
effect.
wrap? Do they do like the wraps?
So it was interesting because ours were always solid when
Right,
I was growing
right.
up. You stick it in, or you might turn it over and have two colors. You know,
Right.
half of it. was one
Right,
color.
right, yeah.
But now they have become so much more intricate in the color.
True,
generations.
very true, and very, very diversified. But I'll tell you what, I remember just the color, the red, the yellow, the green, and we gently take it with the handle and just put it in.
Yes.
And my mother would have all the teacups out.
Right, different
and
colors.
Be careful, and we'd all take our turn.
You don't want the egg to
It was
crack.
a big deal. Yeah, and if the egg cracked, oh yeah, I'd get upset. I'd get very upset because my egg was messed up, and
you
I didn't
put-
want my eggs messed
You
up.
put the names on it with a crayon?
Yes,
first? Right.
Yeah, but I mean that is what Easter. So when I saw the Easter, it was it was darling when I saw the
Yes,
kids. They
'cause
were
it
just,
brought back
and
those
Greg and I
beautiful
we
memories.
had to just pull over, and he's laughing on my back. I said, "Would you remember this?"
Now, they
And
probably
we
had
just
plastic eggs with little
yeah,
gifts inside.
beautiful. I
Overnight.
mean, and these kids just had the time of their life. They do an awful lot at the community that we live in. And that's
That's
one of the reasons
wonderful.
why we love it over
Yeah.
there so much, because they truly do. They outdo themselves, and they extend to the families, and it's just a wonderful thing to see. So
Yes.
especially with children, But yeah. Anyway, so that's the Easter story. Morning glory. Yeah. So
Well, the
yeah.
holidays are always so important when you look back. Easter was a big one.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, what
You know,
about
it's
the
just-
Easter pies? The Italians make different types of pies for Easter too.
Mhm,
So that's a nice
mhm.
tradition that's carried on.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And breads.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bread with hard-boiled eggs in it. So
Yeah,
that's also
well,
nice.
Think about the different diversion. Oh my gosh, the different things, the creativity that gets involved with everything, whether it's Easter, Christmas. I mean, and it's the sky's the limit when it comes to cooking. Cooking's an art, whether it's
Yes.
an hors d'oeuvre, a dessert, four-course meal, whatever it may be. But yeah, it's wow, the many things you could do. Different, yeah. Now, April, May. Somebody else got a birthday coming up.
Yes.
A lot of people in May. A lot of people. And before too long, we have summer around the corner. And that is amazing. We're not going to think about hurricane season because you know what? Every day is a good day. If there is one, we'll deal with it. That's all.
Right.
That's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Well, what's the point worrying about it? You want to
Right.
be prepared.
Be prepared,
naturally.
of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, always be prepared. I mean, that would be, foolish. I mean, make sure you have a lot of batteries and all the good stuff that
Yes.
go along with it. Outside of that, just think on the bright side. Positive side. Let me see. This weekend, what are your plans this weekend? Anything special?
Going to an Italian cultural heritage
Nice.
gala.
Nice. Okay.
Sunday night at the Breakers. Circolo, which means a circle.
Okay.
And they're having a wonderful event. They honor certain people that have contributed a lot to in our local society here. So it'll be a nice event.
Nice. The event that
Mostly
you go to,
Italian, so
I love
Cololella
that.
would fit in since Cololella is Italian
You
name.
think? You think? I was thinking about the times that you and I would dress up for Halloween because we were talking about the 1920s and Chaplin.
Yes,
You
Charlie
did
Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin.
And Mae West.
I was Mae West, right? Or was I Marilyn Monroe? I think it was Marilyn Monroe. One of these shows that we did a couple of years back,
Right.
I was about 2 years ago.
Charlie Chaplin.
You were what a great Charlie Chaplin Jim made. It was fabulous. One of our shows. Look at it if you have a chance. Go back, and he was big time in 1920. Oh yeah. Fun guy.
But it was
fact-
interesting. So many of them lost the silent film actors and actresses.
Yeah,
lost their
that's-
jobs when the speaking motion pictures took over because they didn't have the voice that would be projected for motion pictures. Isn't that interesting?
That is
They had the look,
interesting.
and they were able to mime and do those things, but
The
they really
mimes.
couldn't transition.
When
into
you think about the
speaking roles.
mimes, that they're kind of eerie. When you think about the way they act and what they do, they're amazing. They're very, very interesting to watch. The mimes.
I don't know if I
They're
told
fun.
you the story. Jean Marie, my nieces both studied in Italy when they were in college.
Yes, you did say that. I remember. Yeah. Mhm.
And Jean Marie took a photography course.
I love it.
And when I was with her, she was thinking her project was like a theme to follow through with the photography, like photographing a whole series of for a project. So we came up with the idea: what is the life of a napkin? Did I tell you this
Okay.
story?
No, this I've not heard.
This was very interesting. A cloth napkin, not a paper napkin. So what we did is she photographed a beautiful table set, with napkins.
With napkins.
And then the next step would be to wash the napkin. So the next series of steps is bringing it to, I don't know if it was the washing machine or hand washing
Okay.
it. So then we had to dry it. And back where she lived, they had a clothesline. Remember, they don't have any now.
Oh, I remember those clotheslines. That's another story.
Well,
we
they
have
had
that in New
they had the
York.
clothesline, so I said, okay, let's hang it on the clothesline. So she took more photographs of that, and then I said, wouldn't it be funny if a wind comes and just blows it away. So, this is part of the story.
Right.
So then we find
The
it on
life
the
of-
ground.
yeah.
Yeah, find it on the ground because it's blown off the
Okay,
clothesline.
okay.
So I said, now in Florence where she studied, there are a lot of street entertainers. And one of them was a mime. So I said, let's get the mime involved in this photographic project. So we brought the napkin to him, and we had him pick it up. He's very expressive there. He picks up, and he's looking at it, and then he's thinking, and then he he takes the napkin and he makes
I'm
it
picturing this in my
into a
mind.
scarf, and he wears it around his neck. So the napkin transitioned from it being a napkin at a table to a scarf around the mime's neck.
You see that? That is the life of a napkin.
And she got an A on that
is
project.
hysterical.
Yeah.
What unique and very clever.
Yes.
Very, very wow.
So we had to incorporate when you talk about the mime. We had
I love it.
This street
Thank you
entertainer.
for sharing that,
we
Jim.
tipped
I
him.
love
We
that.
tipped him naturally to
Yeah,
do
of course.
it. But it was so cute because they're made up, with white makeup
yeah.
and gloves, and they have an interesting. Usually, I think he had a striped suit on,
They usually do
So
the
it's
same
very
stripes,
distinctive,
yeah.
yeah. And then to take that and then twirl it and make it into a scarf, it was
You
really,
would never think that, right?
Yes.
And how the story starts from
Yes.
the table
The life of
onward,
a napkin.
and it goes. Yeah, speaking of clotheslines, that's true, though. I remember in New York City, and I'll tell you what a difference, though. You consider a breeze going
Right.
through the closed sheets. I remember the smell as a young girl. And in New York City, living in the building that we did, my mother would take it up to the roof. Up
Oh
on
yes,
the
that's
roof,
true.
Up
They
on
would
the
have
roof.
clotheslines on the roof. Yes.
And what she would do is she would take me, my brother, very closely, and she'd
Right.
have us, because we're on the roof now, okay? And there she is with her basket, and she's taking the laundry and putting it on the line. And I remember watching, and it was just like so interesting to see
Yes.
all of that. It's from that to like a clothes dryer or a laundromat,
Yeah.
we've come a long way, baby. We've come a long way. You think?
We never had a clothesline because we were in a building that was not next to another building,
Uh-huh.
so you had to connect those to another, usually to another
gotcha,
building
yeah.
somehow. So
I like having a clothesline.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, it makes a difference in this. There was also a Chinese laundromat in New York City around the corner, and my mother would have just the sheets only.
yeah, my mother
done.
would go to the laundromat.
What a
But-
great
But a
job
few
they did.
things now that I think back, in our bathroom above the tub and the shower, there was a rack that they
Yes,
would
the
hang
rack.
things on,
Yes.
small items that they would dry in
Right.
So I'm thinking, boy, it must be humid, when things are drying like that. But there were not much room, so it was just certain items that she
right,
would do
right,
it. But you
right.
had that above the bathtub.
Rosary or whatever. Yeah, just like light items.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you have Charlie Chaplin.
I have tried. It says through motion pictures to. Oh, let me see. He's been around.
He
since
wrote
the
that
beginning.
song, Smile.
Yeah, he did. Didn't I? Gotta put my
Smile
readers
though
on.
your heart is breaking.
Smile even though
it's aching.
and there is sun. Na, 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 na. All right, Through Motion Picture had been around since the beginning of the century. The fame associated with actors in those times really took off in the early 1920s.
Right.
Extra change in the pockets of so many Americans meant more and more could go out and enjoy the new movie palaces. Wow, that's what you were just saying.
Yeah.
They
And
were popping up in larger cities, right?
what was so
and-
interesting with him was the facial expressions and his
Oh.
body movements. You really had to
Yeah.
focus on the vision aspect of it, and he was just so perfect for that.
He was the undisputed king of motion pictures
Yeah.
back then. At the time was a man named Charlie Chaplin. Oh yeah, filmography includes 80 films over the course of his life.
Wow.
He did 80 films, yeah. Wow, I'll tell you, I find it so interesting. And there's just so much more we can rattle on about,
Yeah.
but those were the days, my friend. We thought they would never end, for sure.
I got an essay from our
Now,
dear
you know,
friend. Yes.
Marie Pinchmit, Jim, you
Okay,
always
go
find
ahead.
a wonderful
Yes.
essay. That's what I was going to say. I just
Out
took
of
it
my
over.
mind and into your heart by our dear friend Marie Pinchmit.
There's always something fabulous.
It's called Memories Are Made of This, which is similar to
That's
thinking
a song by
back on.
Dean Martin.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, it says, remember
Memories.
Dean Martin
Okay,
singing
there
that
you
old
go.
song?
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet, the
Oh, yeah.
memories you gave to me.
Sweet, sweet, the memories you gave to me.
And Marie
Oh,
says,
yeah.
no one could sing it better, which is
That's
true.
right. Good old Dean Martin.
So Marie's saying, have you considered the importance of memories? Because that's what we're talking about today, looking back on beautiful memories. My friend before Christmas made this comment to me. Marie, don't buy me a Christmas gift. Give me a memory.
Give me a memory.
Isn't
That's
that beautiful?
nice. That's beautiful.
She had a knack for making me think more deeply about life. You've heard people may not remember your gift or words, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
That's so beautiful. And Marie
Yeah.
says she truly believes that.
I do too.
The words of my friends made me think about past years and my memory of certain events. Once the newness wears off, the thrill is gone, but special moments with those we love can last a lifetime, which is so true.
So touching.
It does. It
Yeah.
does last a lifetime. So then she goes on, what kind of memories do we plant in the minds of friends and loved ones? Perhaps we need to think more seriously about our words and our actions and how they might be remembered years later. Will they be words or acts of kindness?
Nice.
Will they plant happy memories? So it's just beautiful to think about the effect that we have on others and what we're leaving, that effect that we're leaving upon others.
You know, that's so crucial because I thought about that just the other day, and the people that are in our lives, the people that have left us, and what they've done to impact our lives, and so much to be said for it.
Yeah.
So much. You know, and I believe in guardian angels. I always have. And the people that come into your life, I believe that God makes no mistakes.
Yes.
Everything's meant to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Meant to be.
So
Well,
remember what you do today is going to be a memory for people tomorrow. So let's leave an impact on those that we can.
And you be the
to-
rock star,
to-
right? Exactly, Jim. You know, it's so true. Be the rock star. Do everything you can, whether it's a good day, bad day. Just remember,
Kind words, smiles. We always talk
Smile
about that.
goes
It
a
could be
long
changing
way.
somebody's
Right,
life that's having
right.
a bad day.
turn that frown upside down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, there's no reason to make it any other. Don't make it difficult on yourself, and don't make it difficult on others. Be happy. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Growing up, remember that song? You know, and there's times that we have to program ourselves. Of course, you know, we don't always want to. I'm not saying run around be deliriously happy, and you know.
Why
you're
not? Why
human,
not
you're
be
human,
deliriously
but-
happy?
You know, I would like to play a little bit of that song. Once upon a time. Upon a time there was a tavern
Where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours. Think of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end.
We'd
Sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose.
We'd
Fight and never lose.
For we were
We're
young
young,
and so sad.
have our way.
La 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 la
la.
All right. With that being said, those were the days, my friend. I just adore that song because we'll be singing it, God willing, next week.
That's right.
And next year.
Right. And what a difference a day makes.
What a difference a day makes. And you know what
We
that
got the tambourine.
means. You won't miss this?
Yeah.
Take it.
Love
Jim.
it.
Take it, Jim. Take it away.
What
a difference a day makes.
24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
Be a rock star. Be all you can be. We're so glad to be back.
Make
We're
a
happy.
difference in the people that you
What
come
a
in
difference a
contact
day
with.
makes.
Yes.
Absolutely. You may just be the thing that they need to put that smile on their face. Until next time,
And we wanna
remember, always
keep your horizons bright.
Mwah. Love you all.
Thank you for joining us.
See you
we
soon,
appreciate all of
everybody.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.